Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Stash Bash Take 10 with Megan, Shannon, and I. Today this is going to be my third layout using my June kit. Now I can't remember if this paper made it into the June kit reveal, however it is in the June kit box where I have my little June kit. And I had picked a couple of other pieces to go along with the kit, and I can't remember that when I got done I thought it was either too big. So I remember what happened last month where I created a really big kit, and that by the time it was done, I felt like I really didn't even stash bash. And this is what the whole series is using up everything, right? Or trying to use up everything and have very little bit go back into your inventory. So you just saw a sketch pop up, and to talk to you a little bit about that, I have quite a few commitments back to back, and sometimes when I am making one layout after another, I will look back and go, when I started this one, I was like, whoa, I'm starting to use the scraps that are in this one, and it's looking a lot like the layout I just did. And anytime that happens, I just need a creative brain reset, and sketches are the perfect way to get me that. So I ended up not using these scraps that I thought I was going to use, and I ended up using the pieces, like I said, that I can't remember if it made it or not in the original June kit reveal. So I have this chic paper that you see there with the little jacks in the background. That was the perfect background because it's very subtle as far as the pattern, and I honestly absolutely love gray. I just don't have a whole lot of it, and so I don't have anything that really goes along with this. I guess it's a collection. I don't really remember too much of chic tags. I think they came out with a little bit of everything. And so once I paired it up with the polka dot paper, which actually has gray in it, it looks perfect. Now the polka dot paper, I'm going to admit, it is kind of busy to the eye, right? Well, I'm going to go ahead and tone that down by adding some other paper, and you'll see that here in a minute. Now, one thing I did do with the gray pattern paper is I definitely gutted it because, like I said, I don't have a whole lot of gray in my inventory. So I try to salvage everything I can so I don't have to go to the store and buy some new stuff. And next thing you know, I'm going to grab some cardstock, and I want that cardstock to mat the polka dot paper because I felt like the polka dot paper kind of got lost and didn't really give a distinctive look that set itself apart from the pattern paper or the gray pattern paper. So I needed the border, which gave it the perfect touch, and that's what I like. It kind of framed out that busyness. Next, I grabbed some scrap paper, and that paper that you see right there of the gear that I used for my silhouette cameo, that was some gray cardstock. I only have one gray cardstock, and I was so upset with myself. I tried this mixed media. It did not work out. I ended up having to toss that into my scrap bins, and knowing that I will be able to use it later. And so all I did was I took my silhouette cameo and made a gear out of it, and I am going to use the side that has all that mixed media, as you can see, because it's got the blue and the yellow, which is perfect. It actually goes along with this paper right here. Now, if you're wondering how did I get my paper with mixed media on it to run through my silhouette cameo, I actually used my This and That dot adhesive, added just a few pieces or a few little dots to it, and then I lightly put my fingers on the paper and go with the actual machine. I'm not adding too much pressure. I'm just holding the paper down very, very lightly, like so lightly, and that actually helps it so it won't slide around the mat. Now here I took that same blue after I gutted it, took that blue that I bordered the polka dots. I then also gutted it and used it to mat my photo, but I felt like, why am I struggling with this? And that is because I only have really one pattern paper that I'm actually using and two colored cardstocks. That wasn't enough. So I went to my stash, and I knew that I wanted to bring some yellow. I don't have a whole lot of yellow, and I have this one cupboard that houses old papers from when I first started, from 20 years ago. Guess who made that paper? If you've been scrapbooking that long, you may have an idea. Do anybody remember Current? Yeah, I used to order from them, and you know what? It doesn't even matter because that paper is perfect. It's just simple stripes going down in a monochromatic, is it monochromatic color? So it's just got the lighter shade of, it is monochromatic, right? I'm totally having a brain fart right now. But monochromatic yellow, and it ends up working perfect. And that kind of tones down the busyness of that polka dot paper. All right, so now that I know that, yes, this is exactly what I want to do, I'm going to get started. Now, I'm going to tell you, while I was doing this, this is another great thing about sketches. Not only will they help you get out of a slump or kind of reset your creativeness, but it also makes you get out of your comfort zone. Now, you guys all know my style is very clean, very minimal embellishments. I really add a lot of layers and, for me, a ton of stuff. And when I got done, I was like, I love this. I love the layout. I love how it turned out. And that's the whole beauty of, sketches, is it really does help you get out of your comfort zone. All right, so now that I have an idea of pretty much where everything it goes, I'm now going to start putting stuff onto and gluing things down. So I wanted to have the gear go underneath the picture, but I wanted to have a lot of it showing, because I definitely want you to tell that that's a gear. And then I started taking the other parts of the gear and place them up at the top. Now that blue one right there did have the hole cut out, just like the rusty other gear, but I didn't like how it popped, like the polka dots popped through it. So what I did was I took, again, that same scratch cardstock that has gone through so many things, and I'm going to take a hole punch and I'm just going to punch it out, and then it's going to cover that up, and I love the look of it. All right, so I'm gluing all that down, and then I've got my ruler up at the top like that because I wanted to make sure I placed it exactly where I had it originally as far as the photo. So I kind of have that as like helping me line it and be my guide. And then I'm taking that leftover border strip. I think I used that on the last layout. I'm taking that other half, because remember I cut that in half, that border strip, and I'm just going to have a piece of it, and it's going to go off all the papers except for making sure I didn't bring it over and out of the box. So that's what I'm talking about right there, now that I removed that gray circle out of it. I didn't like that little peekaboo, so I am going to cover that up. And I like that look a lot better. Just kind of cleans it up a little bit. Now the funny thing is, I mean, this just is how my brain works, and I think it's because it's less busy on that yellow pattern paper, is you will see that one of the holes shows a little bit of it, and that doesn't bother me because it's very, very little and it's not a really busy paper. Now I'm going to the sticker sheet because I definitely want to use up as much of those stickers that I can while I'm working in this kit. So I grabbed this one that says Genuine Boy, and then I'm going to, again, place everything down. And I do add just for additional adhesive, because there's been a lot of talk about the whole dot runner and how some people are talking about things are falling out of their scrapbooks. I noticed that, when I scrapbooked 20 years ago, things did not fall off out of mine. And that is because I used, at that time, tacky glue and glue sticks. Now, my son's first album, I brought this up before, that This and That dried up, and now I have to go back, and I try to do every so often a couple of pages, bring in some tacky glue and just gluing everything back. All right, so there was that L Studio. I wanted to use that as well, and it had the word date on it, but it ends up not making a cut. And then now I'm going to glue down the title, and the title is going to be How I Roll, and I end up using the tile stickers from that sticker sheet because I didn't have enough of the other letters. I wanted to mix and match it, but unfortunately, like I said, I just didn't have enough of the bigger ones for the word roll. But I end up liking this a lot better because originally that was not how I was going to do it. So I thought that fit perfectly with the tile stickers, and I like how they go around the gear. I did add some foam adhesive to the bicycle to prop it up a little bit and not make everything look so flat. I did not use the My Boy arrow because I already have that sticker that says Genuine Boy. And while yes, this is also My Boy, I just didn't want the word boy repeated. Sometimes I don't mind that, but in this case I did. I'm showing you that's where I'm going to have my journaling. And then I'm going to go ahead and add, or I think I waved to you guys, and then I'm go back to it and I'm like, no, let me use some more stickers. So I ended up including this arrow because I like the curve of that. I wish I had a ton more of those. And then instead of journaling, there really wasn't anything to say except for this was his new bike that he got. I put the thing important things to do, and I crossed off all of them except for video games because at that age he really wasn't into video games. I did add an arrow as well, and you'll see that in the close-ups, and that's it, everyone. So I do thank you again for joining me today. I hope that I inspired you to use up your stash, and if you are new to my channel, I hope you would consider subscribing. Don't forget to check out the other lovely ladies. Their links will be below. You all have an amazing day. Bye.